Hey guys, I wanted to talk to you really quick about how to not mess up a refeed and what to do when you've been fasting, because I have so many people that are contacting me and asking me, well, I just did a dry fast. How do I reintroduce food? Or I just did a 72. What should I eat? So I want to just kind of give you some basics so you can have a guideline to choose from. First of all, let's just talk about water fasting. So if you've been water fasting, whether it's been a 48 or a 72 or longer, it's really important that you introduce food and you don't do too many different things. Because the thing is, if you just get ready to break your fast and you go and you just eat anything you can get your hands on, you're going to get a terrible stomach ache. You're also going to be running to the bathroom with diarrhea, which that's actually a normal thing to have happen. So don't be alarmed if you eat and then diarrhea happens. But you need to know that by just going and eating anything with like reckless abandon, you're going to have some stomach issues and digestive issues. So it's really recommended to stick to just some basic things and keep it simple. So a great refeed would just be 4 to 6 ounces of protein. So if you're a meat eater, you could do, 4 to 6 ounces of beef, lamb, fish, chicken, whatever kind of meat you choose. If you're vegetarian, you could do, tofu or tempeh or something of that nature. Obviously, I recommend organic. Same thing with your meats. You want to get, nothing that's factory farmed. So try to get it grass fed. And so starting out with your meat, so get some type, or your protein. So get your protein source. And then you want to do a good, healthy, low carb fruit. So I actually really think avocados are rad. If you can't eat avocados, choose something like cucumbers or peppers. Even like pumpkin and some squash, like winter squash can be a great low carb fruit. So you could do that, like about a cup worth of that or a whole avocado. And then aside from that, you could do for your fats, you could do like if you were cooking your meat, you could cook it in some oil to get some more fats in there. If you're having something like chicken, you really need to add more fat to it because chicken is like fat free basically. So you need to make sure that you're pairing that with something like a sauce or something, maybe like an Alfredo or something to go over that to give you the extra fat that you need. Or you could do, like a half cup of nuts, macadamias, pecans, whatever. So you want your fats, you want your low carb fruits, and then you want your protein source. So if you just did that on a refeed, write down exactly what you eat. And then try to stick to any time that so then you go back to your fasting, when you go back to refeed, try to eat that same meal. Because what happens is when our body is trying to heal and deal with digestive issues that we have, it's really important to let your body know, hey, I'm not going to be throwing so many different things at you that you don't really know what's going on. We're just going to kind of keep it simple, kind of like, cat food or dog food. We're just going to do the same thing for at least a week. Try it for at least a solid week and keep track of what you ate, keep track of the scale. What's happening with your weight? Like how much are you eating each time? Making sure that that's consistent and then seeing after a week's time, what did that do for you? Was it good? Was it bad? Does your body feel like it's craving something different that it needs? And then start a new meal regimen the next week maybe. So that's a great way. Now, if you're dry fasting, you want to refeed completely different because your body has not had food. So it's important that you really slowly reintroduce foods. So now let's talk about if you are coming out of a dry fast. So obviously your body has had absolutely nothing entering your mouth. So it's important that you reintroduce food very slowly, and liquids and soft foods are actually what you want to start with. So something like a nice quality bone broth would be fantastic, or a good soup that is a low carb soup would be great. Even things like a Greek yogurt or just a soft, palatable food. So it's nothing that's like really hard and heavy for your body to digest. And like key in on what your body's telling you. Like when I say broth, like, does that sound really good? Or does that sound like, ugh? Or if I say yogurt, does that sound good? And again, with yogurts, be very careful because most yogurt is absolutely slammed full of sugar and it makes it virtually not healthy in any way. So getting a plain Greek yogurt would be what I recommend, but you want to make sure it's not fat-free. So we want the fat in it. Fat is not bad for us. It actually keeps everything nice and lubricated, along with also helping reduce that internal inflammation. So try those out. If you have other questions about, what to eat or is this okay, you can put them in the comments below and I'll be happy to try to answer those for you. But again, just don't overcomplicate it. So many people think like, oh, I fasted and I'm going to make my favorite dinner ever, which might be like, let's say your favorite dinner was Philly cheesesteak dip with fries. Well, in a normal day, that might taste fantastic. When your body has just gotten done with completely cleaning itself out and it's ready to be like nourished, feeding it something like that or something fried, it's just going to kill your stomach. It is not going to bless you. You're going to feel like, wow, I don't even know how I liked that food before because that just made me feel awful and I only got 3 bites in. So it's just really important, like slowly reintroduce food and don't do it fast. Don't eat quickly. Chew your food really well, eat slowly. And again, pair it with some water or liquid as you're eating because that helps with digestion. So, hope that was helpful. If you guys have other questions, put them down there. Thanks. Have a great night.